Q.
Good day, everybody. We are once again live from KUAM and also in Yigo, where Chris Barnett is standing by. Again, another major development in the Michael Castro murder case. Chris, what can you tell us?
Well, Sabrina, I'm going to tell you exactly what we've seen here at the scene. We're still at the staging area, and we're kind of off East Gajanero Road near the Hanum area of Yigo. Again, we arrived here several hours ago, and about an hour ago, we saw the all-terrain vehicles that were being driven by officers from the Guam Police Department's Criminal Investigation Division, as well as firefighters from GFD's rescue unit, making their way down this road. Now, in the back of one of these carts, we did see a bag, and we'll get to that in just a little bit. But just based on the reaction of Melanie Guerrero and also Michael's father is here, and Melanie's husband, Ken, based on their reaction, I think it's a safe assumption to say that evidence was retrieved from this scene. We do have Melanie here. Melanie, would like to, if we could bring you in. Now, just share with us what the officers told you when they arrived back here at the staging area.
I think it was more that they have good information and they have good evidence, and that I feel very strongly based on what they told me that I'm very confident and hoping after some work needs to be done because we're not doctors, and
right,
we need to respect a little bit of the process to confirm whether or not Michael's remains have been found. So I want to give them that respect. I want to give GPD that respect that they gave me throughout this whole process. But
Okay, Chris Barnett having some connection issues at the moment. Sabrina?
Right. Once we reestablish that connection, but as you just saw moments ago, and you just heard moments ago, he was interviewing Melanie Guerrero. She is the mother of Michael Castro. Chris has been there for the last several hours as GPD, Guam Fire Rescue were dispatched to the area. From what we understand, they were searching and recovering evidence in the Michael Castro case, possibly even his remains. And so we did have video from earlier that Chris shot. I'm not sure if we're able to pull that up, but if not, when CID came out, there was an exchange between the detectives and Melanie, as well as Ken and the family members. They were hugging. So it appears that, and she's hopeful that it is in fact the remains, but of course it's a long process that has to be done with GPD, verify if in fact it is the remains of Michael. But you look at the video, kind of hear what Melanie was saying. She wants to respect GPD in terms of making any sort of official comment on what happened, because she owes it to them, because they have been respectful to her in terms of how they've handled this case. She's been very appreciative, as you've heard in the previous interview. And once again, Chris is live. Chris?
Right, Sabrina, I'm going to go ahead and describe to you, because I know Melanie is just being very respectful of the process with the Guam Police Department officers. But what I witnessed here at the scene was the family of Michael Castro gathering around the back of an all-terrain vehicle. I believe, Melanie, if you could, I believe that there was a prayer that was said. And then what I saw was I did see some remains being loaded onto an ambulance, Melanie. And I just got to ask, and I know you want to be respectful of the process with the Guam Police Department, but just piecing everything together, we can basically confirm here today that police have found what they believe to be the remains of your son. And so I want to ask you, the road to closure, do you think that it starts here today?
Yeah, my hope and definite, we're at the beginning road of closure. Definitely, I feel like the chain has been released, and that, of course, we have to respect the whole process, right, in confirmation. But yeah, I definitely believe, like, what happened here today will open that door, that path for me and my family that we need on that road to starting the closure process.
Right, and Melanie, I know that, I hate to say this, but I'm pretty sure that you've thought about this day over the last year. Now that it's come, please tell us how you're feeling.
Of course, you know, it's a sad day, but at the same time, I feel so happy because now they found my son Michael. They found my son Michael, and oh, it's just like it feels so liberating that he's no longer lying out there in the jungles of Guam, and hopefully they can confirm that it is his body. You know, that's all I feel like. You know, we have to go through the process, but the hope is high that it is him. You know, but we'll have to wait. But like I said, today felt very liberated. It's a feeling like, of course, I'm sad, but to know that it potentially could be Michael's remains, it is uplifting, and I just thank God for this day that we're even allowed to stand here to actually talk about this, and that the hope is that it is Michael's remains, and that can be confirmed, because this has been not the way we wanted to turn out, but at least we have hope that it may be his body. So that's what I'm hoping.
Thank you so much, Melanie, for your time. I know this has been a very difficult experience. I mean, that's very much an understatement. So we want to thank you for your time here at this scene with us, and we'll be in touch. And we just, again, on behalf of your KUAM family, I mean, you've been very gracious and forthcoming with us throughout this last year. We just want to wish you our deepest condolences, and let you know that your family is in our prayers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Again, Melanie Guerrero. She's the mother of Michael Castro with her husband, Ken Guerrero. I know that the Guam Police Department has announced they're having a press conference within an hour at the GPD headquarters in Atiza. And again, what I can tell you here, Sabrina, is that police very firmly believe that they have found the remains of Michael Castro pending forensic analysis. There are a bunch of other details that we can't quite divulge yet out of respect for the process, like Melanie said, but we'll be at that press conference. And again, I got to commend the hardworking officers of the Guam Police Department. A very emotional moment when those ATVs rolled in with what we're presuming to be Michael's remains, Sabrina, as Melanie embracing the officers from the Criminal Investigation Division, crying and thanking them for not giving up on her son. And that was, we've been very close to Melanie throughout this entire process, and we just wish her family the best. And again, I got to commend the Guam Police Department for the hard work in bringing this case very close to what seems like a closure. Sabrina, back to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Again, it appears that the remains of Michael Castro may have been located in the Hanum area of Yigo. The video you're seeing is the embrace between detectives and Guerrero's family. Melanie, of course, the mom, and Ken, Melanie's husband. She, as you just heard in the interview, that it feels like the chain has been released, that it's liberating to know that her son is no longer laying somewhere in the jungles of Guam. This is definitely the closure that she has been seeking and needing. Two people, again, have been arrested for his murder, that being Nicholas Wayne Moore and Troy Ryan. They have pled not guilty. The Guam Police Department he will be holding a press conference at 3:30 this afternoon. KUAM will be streaming that press conference live on our Facebook page, as well as broadcasting it on the stations of KUAM. Thanks, Chris, for your work. And everybody will see you a little later.